Tactical Performance Center.
I'm going to take the web of my shooting hand off the gun and just touch the junction of the trigger guard and the front strap with my middle or social finger. That's my index point. Okay, that's when I know my hand's in the right place. My hand's directly over the gun, my elbow is above my hand. Okay, this is the index point. The thumb then can start wrapping around the gun, and for retention holsters, this is when the thumb indexes on whatever the retention device is. That makes sense. Okay, but if you just slap your hand on the gun, very inconsistent, just like I did there, I can feel my hand is off center from where I want. But if I touch, it sets my hand up exactly where I want it.
It's like you're using the middle finger like a hook, and you hook between the curve of the trigger guard and the front strap. You hook it there. That's initial point of contact.
If you're used to doing a straight down and up, this is going to take a little time to get accustomed to. All right. One thing is when that middle finger hooks around that base of the trigger guard and the front strap of the weapon, as it comes out of the holster, you want to do one of two things, because you want the gun as low as possible in your hand, right? Minimize the leverage. You can either slide the gun hand towards the beaver tail to establish that really high grip, or as the gun's coming out, I'm pulling back and down with my fingers to seat that gun really deep into my hand. Okay, you can play around with these two different techniques, but you want it as high as possible, right? Because this sets you up for everything else. Trying to readjust your grip in the middle of a gunfight, it's going to be kind of spicy. All right, so we want to make sure that as that index point is achieved, we drive that hand either up towards the top of the beaver tail as we draw it out high, right? We see all this fold here, or I'm seating the gun and pulling down with my fingers as it connects and still getting that really high, minimizing leverage grip.
For the guys with the retention holsters, primarily there are two types of retention holsters. Okay, let's say three if you include Serpa, one black hole Serpa.
Yeah.
But most of the retentions are here or here, right? So if they're here, coming here, you already depress the retention and the gun is free. Make sense? If the retention is here, it's at the moment that you wrap the thumb around, you just continue that motion with the thumb in order to release the retention. If you have a double retention, the moment that you wrap, you pull that forward and then depress. But it's continuation of the thumb. Do not confuse this draw with a scoop draw. Scoop draw is when actually you're scooping the gun and then you're establishing the grip. Here you need to wrap the thumb around prior you starting the draw. Make sense? Prior initiating the draw. That's our safety. We need to secure that with the thumb. Make sense? Secure it with the thumb and then initiate actually the draw. For the Black Hawk Serpa, something that is important, all the accidents occur because people keep the trigger finger curved, and when they draw and clear, that's actually the finger goes inside of the trigger guard, you can have an accidental discharge. Instead of keeping the trigger finger curved, follow the profile of the holster and just drag the finger before you unlock. That will be very safe and we will be very fast. Speed is coming with efficiency, not by force. Makes sense? What do you think? What kind of effort we need to use when you're drawing the gun, when you're reaching the gun to the holster. How many of you actually are trying to go very fast and you start misgripping the gun? Huh? The answer is just the right amount of effort. Now do me a favor, everybody raise your hand that you have a free pocket, most likely your support side. Alright, relax it. And now while you're talking here without thinking about it at all, just put your hand up. Keep your wrist stiffen and just put your hand up. How much effort you use for that? Not much, right?
Nope.
I'll tell you a secret. That's exactly how much effort you use to reach the gun, to your holster. Key point. Keep your palm loose, not the wrist. Palm loose, so the palm will naturally wrap around the gun. At the moment that you use a tension in your fingers and you try to grab the gun, you start misgripping. Keep the palm loose, elbow up, finger down, and simply put your hand in the pocket. And naturally the hand will wrap around the gun each and every time exactly the same way. And it's interesting, you see, any position without putting too much effort on it and not trained about them, I will visualize that. I will keep my elbow up, fingers down, and I simply will put my hand on the pocket. Oops, here we go. Same grip. Again, from here. Fingers, elbow up, fingers down, I'll put my hand in the pocket. Exactly the same. And it's exactly the same consistent grip there. I'll visualize what I'll do. I'm impressing my subconscious mind. I'm finding something that translates something from my daily life activity that I'll visualize and translates to that action. Putting my hand in the pocket will keep my subconscious, I'll call my subconscious to keep minimal effort in that action. Right? Elbow up, fingers down, well actually we'll make sure that I will have the initial position each and every time set there to properly establish the grip. Keeping the palm loose will help me to just naturally wrap around the gun each and every time without trying to misgrip that gun. Now how you can speed it up? Just move your hands faster, keeping the same effort. It's interesting, but effort and speed, they're two separate things. The problem is that we try to go faster. Most of the time we invite more effort, more tension. And remember that the tension is the worst enemy of repetitive execution of that specific skill. Check this. I will put my hand into the pocket. Same effort, I will tune up the speed a little bit. Same effort, I will speed it up a little bit more. Same effort, even more. I keep the same effort though. You don't see a tension there, right? That's a key of speed, but with very efficient and repetitive results. Called efficiency. Make sense? So, elbow up, finger down, keep your palm loose, wrist is stiffen, put your hand in your pocket. That's the sensation, that's the image that you need to create in order to impress the subconscious mind. How many of you actually punch the gun forward and you notice some kind of a wobble at the very end? That's because you push all the way and then you need to hit the brake. So there is a wobble there, right? It's a principle of management of momentum. Imagine somebody gives you a keys of a brand new Mustang that it's parked in a, in a street, in a city, and he just tested it. Brand new Mustang, so you jump in, pedal to the metal, At the very end of that street, there's a traffic light. So it turns red. But you push that pedal to the metal all the way. What's the option over there? To hit the brake really hard, to really jump on the brakes, right? What will happen there? What you experience? There will be a lot of shake and wobbling, you know, you will wobble there because the effect of the
skid brakes.
Yeah, emergency brakes. It's the same when you throw the gun will wobble. Now you have two options: or to break the shot and to pray that actually the bullet will hit the desired target, or to wait until that disturbance is gone and then to break the shot. Both ways are not effective. Instead of that, imagine you have the keys of the same brand new Mustang. It's a sport car. You want to hit the pedal to the metal there. You jump, hit the metal to the metal, but instead of go all the way and hit the emergency brake, at the middle of that street, you take your foot out of the gas pedal and you let the car to stop by itself at the end. You let the momentum to die by itself. Make sense? So what you do, you push really hard on the first part of the draw, and about here, you simply stop pushing. You're not slowing down, you're not, you know, a lot of teachers are saying like you sorry stopping on the traffic light. You just let the momentum to die by itself. In order to show you exactly how this is supposed to work, and we will do very effective exercise here. What you do, you have your target. Of course, you do that with the empty gun, so when you draw the gun, make sure that there's nothing in the magazine well, nothing in the chamber. And what you do, you take your position with a full extension from the target, so the barrel will touch the target. You reholster. The idea is to draw the gun as fast as you can, but when you draw, to touch at the very end. I don't want you to push and punch the target. That's a no-go, right? Because you will ruin the target there. And that means that you will wobble, the gun will wobble a lot. It's not effective. Instead of that, you'll touch like you're touching your neighbor's doorbell. You don't want to break your finger, right? So you push the speed the first half, and then you let the momentum to die by itself in the second half. Touch. Make sense? And then the gun arrives there and it's dead quiet. And if you add the trigger work there, and that's a very effective draw and very accurate for a shot. Also to create more clearance for the gun, but try not to rise your shoulders. And go.
All of this here doesn't have to be slow. It's just as soon as it comes here, this last bit, just ease it. But from here, the holster to right around here goes quickly. There you go. All right. So the idea, just watch me here for a second on the holster, is that from here to right about here, I'm going as fast as I can do this safely, and at the end, I'm just decelerating a little bit, where I'm going. What's that? Okay, so it's
no tension. That's the idea.
okay. Think about something JJ Racaza taught me: 90% as fast as you can humanly go safely. The last 10%, ease it back a little. Does that make sense?
For my
If you like the video, visit the online training page on our website or check the calendar section to sign up for our in-person courses. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.